Hey, Vicky. Do you have a minute?
Hey, sure, what's up?
My mom just brought over a huge box of tomatoes from her farm. I was wondering if you guys wanted any.
Really? My husband and I love tomatoes. He's actually on a diet right now, and that's what he's been eating the most. We'd love some.
Great. You're doing me a favor by taking some off my hands. I'll bring them by later.
If you're nice enough to give them to me, I'll come and pick them up.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to be going out later to go grocery shopping anyway. I'll be there in the evening. You'll be home, right?
We'll be around. But it's totally not a problem to come get it. Last month you came over and brought all that corn to us. I really appreciate your generosity. I'll find a way to repay you.
Don't mention it. Like I said, you're doing me a favor by always taking veggies off my hands. It would just go to waste otherwise. Plus, you've helped me a lot since I moved here. Just vegetables alone isn't enough to repay you for all you've done for me.
I didn't think we did that much.
You did. Ever since I moved here, I haven't been able to meet anyone or get along with my neighbors. I was in a bad place mentally from not knowing anyone. I felt like I was never going to make friends again. But then you and your husband came into my life and helped me out so much.
I guess there are a lot of older people who live around here. I get that you were feeling a little isolated. Anyone who moves to a new city without knowing anyone is gonna go through the same thing. We were happy to help, even if it wasn't much.
No, you really saved me. Especially when my husband and I got into that huge fight. Thank you so much for letting me stay with you until things settled down between us. I can't thank you enough.
Don't mention it. Is everything okay with you guys now? It seems like he is a bit of a hothead.
Things are okay for now. I'm really sorry to get you mixed up in our personal affairs.
If you say so, then that's good. You know him better than anyone. Just let me know if you need any more help.
I will. Thank you so much.
No problem. That reminds me, you said you were into yoga, right? Do you think yoga would help with losing weight?
Oh, of course it would. By any chance, did your husband say he was interested in trying it? I know you said he's on a diet right now.
Yup, he's watching what he eats, but he isn't really losing any weight. I'm making sure he's eating healthy, but I guess it's not enough.
Metabolism really drops the older you get. Exercise is a great way to get healthier. It sounds like he already has good eating habits, so pairing it with exercise is a great idea.
You're right. He really should start to exercise more. Yoga would probably be best for him. I guess we'll give it a shot. I think it's a better option than going to a gym with the whole pandemic thing going on.
I can teach him the basics if you want. Do you think he'd be interested?
Really? Are you sure it's not too much trouble?
Not at all. If anything, I'm happy to make a new yoga buddy.
Thanks so much. That would be great. Let's give it a shot.
I'm impressed he's taking it upon himself to get into shape. My husband wouldn't try yoga, even if his life depended on it.
You guys are still in your 30s, though, right? You're still young. You don't need to worry about that yet.
I don't know. My husband's belly is getting pretty big. I've tried to cook him healthier foods, but he always complains. If I bring up him going on a diet, he always gets angry.
Well, up until recently, James wasn't on board with a diet. But then out of nowhere, he decides to turn his health around. I even caught him using some of my skincare products.
Oh, that's adorable.
You think? I don't care if he uses any of my stuff, but he never closes the lids. I ended up going down to CVS and getting him his own.
Oh, that was really nice of you.
I just didn't want him to waste all of mine. I wonder what's gotten into him, though. He started really caring about his appearance out of nowhere.
A lot of men these days are taking more care about things, like skincare and health. Maybe someone at his job turned him on to all of it.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's like having a new man around.
Well, that must be nice. He's already a good-looking guy. You better start lifting weights to fight off all the women that'll be going after him once he slims down.
Oh, no way. He's almost 50. I'm not too worried about women going after him. Although I shouldn't make fun of him. I'm only a few years behind him.
That's still young, though. Plus, you guys look much younger than you actually are. I bet people would say we were the same age.
Okay, now you're being too nice. Oh, look at the time. Sorry to keep blabbing on for so long.
It's not a problem at all. It was nice talking to you. I'll be over later on to drop off those tomatoes.
Thanks again. Let me know when you're on your way. Babe? Are you sure everything's okay?
Yup, never been better. I feel like I'm 20 years younger. I'm in the best shape of my life.
Yeah, but you've dropped a surprising amount of weight in such a short time. You haven't been exercising that much, and you eat everything on your plate, even if it is healthy. It doesn't make sense for you to have lost this much weight. I'm worried you may be sick or something. Don't you think it would be a good idea to get a checkup?
If I were sick, I would definitely know it. If anything, I have more energy than ever before. No need to go to a doctor.
Well, then, have you been doing something differently that's made you lose the extra weight? You're not taking some weird gas station pills or anything like that, right?
No, of course not. It's probably just the effects of diet and exercise finally showing.
I don't know. You're just doing yoga before bed and eating more vegetables than before. I mean, I'm eating the same things as you and doing yoga with you, and I haven't lost even half the weight you have.
But you're not working every day like I am. You've got to take that into consideration, too.
Yeah, but you sit at a desk every day. If anything, I'm moving around more when I do housework.
I just have that warrior mentality. I take the stairs instead of the elevator and really push myself physically. You should adopt the same mentality. You'd be able to shave off some weight just like I have.
I'm fine with my body. I'm dead average when it comes to body fat and weight for my age and height. You, on the other hand, really look like you've been starving yourself.
I just want to be as lean as possible. You, on the other hand, could afford to lose a few more pounds. Take your friend Chrissy, for example. She's got a great body.
Yeah, and she's also nearly 20 years younger than me.
Regardless, I think it's important to be healthy and lose as much weight as possible. All my coworkers have been telling me how good I look recently. Feels great. If you're not careful, some young, hot fox might come and snatch me up.
This is going to your head. I'm still worried about you. Please just get checked out at the doctor.
Don't pretend like I have some disease because I'm shredded right now. Isn't that what you wanted? I don't see the problem. I went on a diet and lost weight. That's natural.
Yes, but what isn't natural is how much weight you've lost in this time. A few pounds would be fine. You've lost 20 pounds this month alone. Something's wrong.
You're jealous because you can't make the same progress.
No, I'm not. Like I've said 100 times, I'm worried about you.
All right, fine. If I lose any more weight, I'll go to the doctor. By the way, I'll be home late again tonight. You don't need to wait for me to eat. Go ahead without me.
Again? You've been coming home late a lot recently. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. I'm just going out for drinks with some coworkers tonight. I figure I've earned it for all the hard work I've put in.
Okay, but if you really do have something wrong with you, alcohol is only going to make it worse. I think you should rethink going out so much.
Ha, you worry too much.
Of course I do. No one loses that much weight just because they do yoga sometimes and eat vegetables.
I'm telling you, I'm fine. Let me do what I want. Once you finally lose some weight, you'll know how good it feels. I've never felt better.
Vicky? Your husband.
What's up? What about my husband?
Just get down to the P Hotel as soon as you can. He's in trouble.
How so? How could he be in trouble?
He's not breathing. He lost consciousness. Oh, get down here ASAP.
What? What are you talking about? Just calm down and explain things from the beginning.
Oh, like I said, he's not breathing or moving. He fainted or something. Oh, what should I do? He just fell over out of nowhere.
Hang on a sec. You're with him right now? At a hotel?
Yeah.
And he's not breathing?
He grasped at his chest and then he started moaning.
What are you doing texting me? Call an ambulance.
But what about me? Are they gonna call the cops on me like I had anything to do with this?
I don't care about you. He's in danger and you need to get him to the hospital now. Stop texting me right now and call an ambulance. When you find out what hospital they're bringing him to, let me know. I'll be waiting in my car.
Vicky, you're being so mean. Why didn't you let me into the funeral? I wanted to say my final goodbye to James.
Oh, Christy. You have some nerve texting me. Don't you feel ashamed at all for what you've done?
I don't care about being ashamed. James is dead and that's all I'm concerned about.
Get a grip. You had an affair with my husband, and he died because of it.
No, I didn't. I was just teaching him yoga at the hotel.
I got the results back from the hospital tests they ran on James. It was just like I thought. That stupid lie might have worked at first on the police, but it's not going to work on me.
But it's true.
How stupid do you think I am? My husband's dead and you're to blame.
It's not because of me. It's because he was sick.
Yeah, he was sick. That's what the autopsy showed. He died because he was sick, just like I thought. I know you didn't get him sick, so that's not your fault.
So why didn't you let me into the funeral?
What? Because you had an affair with my husband. He stabbed me in the back after all these years of marriage. You can't understand why I'm mad?
Well, he's gone now, so there's no reason to be mad anymore.
Oh my God, are you serious? Just because my husband is gone doesn't erase what you've done.
You should be directing your anger at him, not me. Anytime a man has an affair with a woman, it's always her fault. It's not fair. This all happened because of him. Why are you blaming me?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound? This affair didn't happen to you. It happened because of you.
That's the wrong way to think about it. You're making it seem like I'm the one who started all of this. I knew you were old, but I never imagined your thinking would be so old-fashioned. Get with the times. It's not the 50s anymore.
I'm speechless. Not only is everything you're saying absolutely wrong and pathetic, you're blaming a dead man who can't defend himself. You're insane. Yeah, he is to blame for this, but he's not the only one to blame. If he were alive, trust me, I'd be coming down on him even harder than you.
Well, then, if you agree it was his fault, why didn't you let me see him one last time? You must have been so distraught you weren't thinking right. I know he would have wanted to see me one last time.
The only sadness I feel is that I lived this long with him, but he betrayed me in the end. To be honest, I don't feel all that sad that he's gone. If he were alive, we'd 100% be getting separated anyway.
That's so heartless. If you really loved him, you'd forgive him for what he did. It was just one time. You must be a sociopath or something.
What's your point in all of this? What are you trying to say? All you're doing is making me more mad than I already am.
I wanted to see him one last time. Based on what you're saying, I definitely loved him more than you did. I can't let things end like this.
I have no idea what's going through your head.
He even told me he wanted to spend the rest of his life with me. He was funny and kind, nothing like my husband. He said he'd divorce you so he could be with me.
Oh, yeah? Well, it's a shame he's dead.
It's your fault. Why didn't you realize he was sick?
I told him plenty of times to go to the hospital, but he never wanted to go. Probably because if he did it, it would take time away from your affair. Oh, he's such an idiot. I should have known his sudden obsession with how he looked was because he was cheating on me.
He worked so hard for me. Don't call him an idiot.
But his working hard eventually killed him. So yes, he's a complete idiot. He thought his rapid weight loss was a result of him getting in shape for you.
You're a horrible woman. You clearly didn't love him if you're going to insult him like that, now that he's dead.
Whatever. He's gone now. There's no use in continuing to stress over him. Now that the funeral's over, I can restart my life and try to forget all of this. Not to mention, focus on suing you for your affair with him.
Oh, you greedy witch! You're getting all of his inheritance, and you're still coming after me for money?
It's not about the money. It's about making you face the consequences of what you did.
I don't have any money to take.
That's fine. Your husband said he'd pay.
What? He did? My husband said that.
Unless you have a second husband, which I wouldn't put past you. Yes, he did. He's really mad, by the way. I'd think twice about going home if I were you.
I was just about to walk through the door. I've been so upset about the funeral, I didn't even think about my husband.
Oh, well, have fun with that. You're obviously not going to stay with me again when he goes crazy on you. I'd say I'm worried for you, but that would be a lie. I've already planned one funeral. I might need to plan yours too.
It's not funny. Why would you tell him about this if you knew how he'd react?
Oh, you think I wouldn't? He has a right to know.
He's probably breathing fire right now. Oh, I'm so afraid to go in the house.
I would be too. Good luck with that. You're gonna need it.
If James was still alive, none of this would be happening. Why did he have to leave me so soon?
Let me rephrase that for you. If you didn't have an affair with my husband, none of this would be happening. You think you can find happiness at the expense of destroying someone else's life? In fact, you and your husband sound like a perfect match for each other. Two people who have no regard for the well-being of others.
This isn't a joke. I have no idea what he's going to do to me. You've got to come over and say this was all a misunderstanding, please.
I actually felt bad for your home life and was close to reaching out to you to say you can stay with us until you figure things out with him. Now, I couldn't possibly care less about what happens to you. You have no one else to blame but yourself. My lawyer should get in touch with you in the next few days in regards to getting the payment from your affair.
Oh, Vicky, please. I never intended on stealing your husband. He's the one that approached me in the first place.
I thought you said you loved him. Which is it? Do you love him more than me, or you never wanted this to happen? Both can't be true.
Well, I really did love him, but...
When my husband collapsed, you should have called for an ambulance immediately. If you did that, he may still be here. But instead, you texted me to try and cover up what you were doing. You were afraid what the police would think. The only person you love is yourself. You just got caught up in the thrill of having an affair and convinced yourself that you loved him.
Oh, that's not true at all. I really did love him.
Great. Why don't you say that word for word to your husband and see what he thinks?
Are you insane? I'd never do that.
You were planning on leaving him for my husband, right? You'd have to have that conversation sooner or later if you were planning on divorcing him.
Yeah, but... I was just going to leave it up to James to tell you and my husband we were running off with each other.
Oh, you're really not taking responsibility for any of this. Well, now that James is gone and you'll be on your own soon, there isn't going to be anyone else to rely on or blame but yourself. Don't for a second think I'll move an inch to help you.
Please, don't leave me stranded on my own. You're the only person I have left to rely on. My parents told me never to come back home after I got married. I don't have anyone else.
Sounds like they made the right choice. You're all over the place. You said you planned on running off with my husband, and now you're begging for my help? You know what? I actually do need to thank you for something.
What? Thank me for what?
Well, my husband started his diet because you were having an affair, which is why he didn't think he was actually sick. He died because of you. You set his karma in motion for him. Things were pretty busy for me after that. I sold my house and moved into an apartment in the city. Surprisingly, Christy and her husband stayed together despite everything that happened. He's paying me for the affair that Christy had. It sounds like her husband has her on watch like a prison inmate these days. Not only that, but I've heard from the people in my old neighborhood she's covered in bruises. I absolutely don't condone violence, and I don't wish it on anyone, even her. As much as I hate her guts, I hate seeing someone be a victim of domestic violence. But I made a promise to myself never to get myself involved with her again. I pray that someone helps her, or she finds a way out of that life. But it doesn't sound like the people in her neighborhood are in a rush to help her. Christy and her husband not getting divorced is definitely her punishment for what she did. As for me, I was really in shock for a while after my husband died and I learned about his affair. Over time, those feelings of sadness have slowly gone away. If he never had an affair, I would have really pushed him to go to the doctor, and he probably would still be here today. I guess everything happens for a reason, though. I have no regrets. In times like this, it's natural to feel down and sad about what happened. But being sad never helps anyone. Instead, I'm putting my energy in my new life, which includes taking good care of myself and monitoring my health. I don't want the same thing that happened to my husband to happen to me. I don't think I'll be doing yoga anytime soon, but